Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I'm taking you inside the real life of an offshore worker. From helicopter flights to 21 days at sea. Let's see what life offshore is really like.
For most people, work begins with a short drive to the office. But for an offshore worker, the journey begins long before they ever see the ocean. It begins at home. A suitcase sits by the front door. Inside are carefully packed coveralls, safety boots, personal belongings, and enough clothing for the next 21 days. For many offshore workers, this routine has become familiar, but saying goodbye to family never becomes easy. A final hug, a handshake, a promise to stay safe. For the next 3 weeks, birthdays may be missed. Family dinners will happen without them. Children will go to school. Loved ones will continue their daily lives, while they work hundreds of kilometers offshore, long before sunrise. The journey begins. Workers travel to the company's heliport or offshore logistics base. Here, the atmosphere is calm, professional, and highly organized. Before anyone boards a helicopter, every person undergoes a strict check-in process. Identification is verified. Baggage is weighed. Dangerous items are removed. Personal protective equipment is carefully inspected. Safety never begins offshore. It begins here, before departure. Passengers attend a mandatory safety briefing. They are reminded how to wear their life jackets, how to brace during an emergency landing, how to evacuate the helicopter if an accident occurs over water. Even experienced offshore workers listen carefully, because every flight deserves the same respect. Outside, the helicopter waits on the helipad. Its powerful rotor blades begin turning. The familiar sound grows louder with every second. One by one, passengers board. Seatbelts are fastened. Headsets are connected. The cabin doors close. Within moments, the helicopter lifts gently into the air. The city slowly disappears beneath them. Roads become smaller. Buildings fade into the distance. Soon, nothing remains except the endless ocean. For nearly an hour, the helicopter flies across open water. Below, cargo vessels move slowly across shipping lanes. Fishing boats appear as tiny dots against the vast sea. Then, far ahead on the horizon, a small shape begins to emerge. At first, it looks like nothing more than a distant silhouette. But with every passing minute, it grows larger. Towering cranes, steel structures, the helideck, the flare boom, living quarters, an entire industrial city, standing alone in the middle of the ocean. For new workers, the first sight is unforgettable. For experienced crews, it is the beginning of another hitch. As the helicopter approaches, the platform's helideck landing officer prepares for arrival. Weather conditions are confirmed. Wind direction is checked. The landing area is inspected. Safety crews stand by. The helicopter touches down smoothly. The cabin doors open. A fresh offshore crew steps onto the platform, while another crew prepares to return home after completing their own rotation. One team arrives, another departs. The cycle continues. Day after day, year after year. For the next 21 days, this platform will become more than just a workplace. It will become their home, their community, and the place where teamwork, discipline, and safety will shape every moment of offshore life. Because surviving offshore begins long before the first job starts. It begins the moment they leave home. As the sun rises over the horizon, the offshore platform is already awake. Unlike cities on land, an offshore installation never sleeps. It operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in every season. While one crew finishes its 12-hour shift, another prepares to take over. Inside the accommodation block, the day begins early. Workers wake before sunrise. Some prepare for a day shift. Others have just completed a long night of work. After getting dressed in flame-resistant coveralls, safety boots, hard hats, protective eyewear, and gloves, they head to the galley. Here, breakfast is more than just a meal. It's the fuel needed for 12 demanding hours of work. The catering crew works around the clock, preparing hot meals for hundreds of offshore personnel. Once breakfast is over, each department gathers for its daily toolbox talk. Supervisors explain the day's activities. Potential hazards are identified. Weather conditions are discussed. Work permits are reviewed. Every worker is encouraged to ask questions, because offshore, clear communication can prevent accidents before they happen. Soon, the platform comes alive. Production operators begin inspecting pumps, valves, pressure vessels, and processing equipment. Inside the control room, operators monitor hundreds of live readings: pressure, temperature, flow rates, gas detection systems. Every number tells a story. Every alarm demands immediate attention. Elsewhere, mechanical technicians service compressors, electrical technicians inspect switchboards, instrumentation specialists calibrate critical sensors, while crane operators safely move heavy equipment across the deck. Even the catering staff, medic, housekeeping team, and radio operators play an essential role. An offshore platform is like a small city. Every person has a responsibility. Every job matters. Throughout the day, safety remains the highest priority. Before any maintenance begins, equipment is isolated, energy sources are locked out, gas tests are performed, work permits are verified. No task is considered too routine for proper safety procedures. As the shift continues, workers face intense heat, strong winds, heavy machinery, and long hours. Yet they remain focused, because losing concentration for even a few seconds can have serious consequences. After 12 hours of work, the shift finally comes to an end. The next crew takes over. Information is carefully handed over to ensure every operation continues safely. Back inside the accommodation, workers finally have time to relax. Some head to the gym. Others call home to speak with their families. Some watch movies, read books, or simply enjoy a quiet moment while looking out across the endless ocean. Tomorrow, the routine will begin again for 21 days. This becomes everyday life, a cycle of discipline, teamwork, responsibility, and professionalism. But while the work itself is demanding, the greatest challenge of offshore life is not always physical. Sometimes, the hardest part is everything that happens far away from the platform. For many people, the greatest challenge of offshore work is not the machinery, or the height, or even the unpredictable weather. It is being away from home for 21 days. The platform becomes their entire world. There are no quick trips home, no weekends with family, no birthday celebrations, no school events, no holidays. Only the endless horizon, stretching in every direction. Modern technology has made communication easier. Workers can often call home or send messages whenever schedules allow. But a phone call can never replace being there in person. Many offshore workers miss birthdays, wedding anniversaries, graduations, and even the birth of a child. These sacrifices are part of a career that demands both physical strength and emotional resilience. Then there is the environment itself. The ocean is constantly changing. One moment, the sea is calm and peaceful. The next, powerful winds drive towering waves against the platform. Heavy rain reduces visibility. Thick sea fog can delay helicopter flights. Storms can interrupt offshore operations for hours, or even days. Yet regardless of the weather, the platform must remain prepared. Emergency response teams stay on constant standby. Firefighting equipment is inspected regularly. Lifeboats remain ready for immediate use. Fast rescue craft crews practice launching in difficult conditions. Every person on board participates in emergency drills. Fire, gas release, man overboard, helicopter emergency, abandoned platform. These are not simply training exercises. They prepare crews to respond calmly if the unexpected ever happens. Fatigue is another challenge. Working 12-hour shifts, often in heat, noise, and physically demanding environments, requires discipline. That is why offshore companies carefully manage work schedules, rest periods, and fitness for duty. A well-rested crew is a safer crew. But perhaps the greatest strength of offshore life is teamwork. No one works alone. Every task depends on trust. Engineers trust technicians. Technicians trust operators. Operators trust the control room. Every person relies on the knowledge, experience, and professionalism of the crew around them. Because offshore, looking after one another is more than a company value. It is a way of life. Every safety conversation, every toolbox talk, every equipment inspection, and every emergency drill serves one purpose: to ensure that everyone who arrived together returns home together. For those living offshore, surviving 21 days at sea is not about enduring hardship. It is about preparation, discipline, respect, and the teamwork that transforms a remote steel platform into one of the safest workplaces in one of the world's most demanding environments. 21 days have passed. The final shift has ended. Work permits have been closed. Equipment has been inspected one last time. The incoming crew has received a full hand over for another hitch. The job is complete. As the helicopter approaches the platform, workers gather on the helideck, carrying the same bags they arrived with weeks earlier. But they are not leaving the same people they were when they first stepped on board. Over the past 3 weeks, they have worked through long shifts, faced changing weather, solved unexpected problems, supported one another, and shared experiences that few people on land will ever truly understand. One by one, they board the helicopter. Seat belts are secured. The rotors begin turning. Within moments, the aircraft lifts away from the platform. As it climbs higher, the massive offshore installation slowly becomes smaller beneath them. For weeks, that platform was their workplace, their home, their community. Now, it fades into the endless blue ocean behind them. Soon, the coastline comes back into view. Roads, buildings, cars, things most people see every day. For offshore workers, these simple sights often feel special after weeks at sea. Waiting at home are the moments they have been looking forward to. A warm meal shared with family, holding their children again, laughing with friends, sleeping in their own bed. These are the rewards that make every sacrifice worthwhile. Many people ask, why would anyone choose a career that keeps them away from home for so long? The answer is different for every offshore worker. For some, it is the opportunity to build a better future for their families. For others, it is the pride of working in one of the world's most advanced industries. And for many, it is the unique bond formed between people who live and work together in one of the most challenging environments on Earth. Because offshore, your crew becomes more than colleagues. They become the people you trust, the people you rely on, the people who look after you, just as you look after them. Every successful hitch is built on teamwork, professionalism, respect, and an unwavering commitment to safety. The oil and gas produced offshore help power homes, fuel aircraft, drive industries, and support economies around the world. But behind every barrel, behind every successful operation, are thousands of dedicated men and women who quietly do their jobs with skill, discipline, and determination. So the next time you see an offshore platform standing alone on the horizon, remember, it is far more than steel rising from the sea. It is a workplace, a home away from home, a symbol of engineering, teamwork, and human resilience. Because surviving 21 days offshore is not simply about living at sea. It is about adapting to a unique way of life, supporting those around you, and returning home safely every single time. That is the real story of life on an offshore oil platform.
Offshore isn't just a job, it's a way of life built on teamwork, sacrifice, and getting everyone home safely. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves engineering and technology. Your support helps us bring you more incredible engineering documentaries from around the world. I'm Hillary, and I'll see you in the next documentary.